right, so next team. All right, this is crazy, and I'm struggling with this one a lot. Colts versus the Bills. Who, man? We're gonna go reverse. Jay the plug. Who you got?
Bills. It's just because I'm kind of going fancy right now. Like,
It's prophesized.
I'm saying, man.
He's the great Josh Allen's the great white hope this year, bro. Like,
that's it right there. That man is taking me. He's won me a lot of money. And I can't go against him, man. The way that he and Diggs are clicking, like,
yeah.
You ever see those videos of those two together? Like, they clown on each other. That's like the best. That's the best dynamic you can have in a quarterback and a receiver. Like they've got genuine love for each other. Like they're like brothers and stuff. Like, I love watching that. Them, the way they're playing, the way the defense is playing. The running game is a little.
The running game is Josh Allen.
Yeah, exactly. It's Josh Allen, but they make it work. And Allen, he's a magician. He pulls out wins, and when he pulls out, like, he dominates. Like, that team just dominates. I don't know. It's not too hard for me. I really think the Bills are going to pull it out.
Love it. All right, King Hooli, man, who you got? Colts versus Bills.
I'm going with the Bills for everything my guy Jay just said.
You covered
they're tough. I think they're a lot tougher than the Colts. We're gonna watch Phillip Rivers' last game. He's gonna go off into the sunset.
They're gonna retire him.
They're gonna retire. He's done.
Yeah.
Bogart, who you got, man?
You know, man, Rivers. I think it was a valiant effort. You know what I mean? And that's another team too. That's another team. You know, they gotta always score. They gotta either score a touchdown or kick a field goal, and in order for them to play their style of defense, you know, because they have, you know, they're a team that is great at stopping the run. You know, the Colts defense is great stopping the run. You know, they're great at pressuring the QB. They have a lockdown secondary. They're almost a mirror image of the Colts. Besides, the only flip side is that the Colts have a statuesque quarterback and they have a phenomenal run game with a phenomenal a line that can run block. Then you got Josh Allen, who is basically their run game. And they run the most 4 wide and 5 wide receiver sets, so he's gonna hit you from every angle. Spread offense, like, I don't know if that Colts defense can match up well. Like, I mean, yeah, you know what is gonna be interesting is we're gonna see Stephon Diggs. You know, he's gonna be working on Xavier Rhodes, and you know they played on the Vikings together, so they're very familiar with each other. You know what I mean? They practice against each other every day. So, I mean, maybe Stephon Diggs knows his weaknesses. Maybe he knows he'll bite on the double move. Either way, like the chemistry that Josh Allen and him have, and then if it's not him, it's John Brown or it's Gabriel Davis. Like they have a Bills because Tre'Davious White will take out T.Y. Hilton. You know what I mean? What are you gonna? Who do you got? Zach Pasquale. You know what I mean? Maybe Trey Burton. Like you know, there's no real other weapons that scare me over there. You know what I mean? And if you can contain T.Y. Hilton and stop, you know, Jonathan Taylor and company, you know what I mean? I think it's gonna be a long day for Phillip Rivers. They're gonna need Blankenship to kick like a shitload of field goals because they're not gonna be able to keep up, bro. You know
what I mean? I love it. Mike, who you got, man?
I've got the Bills also. Once again, it's Phillip Rivers' last game. He's gonna do one of the things that he does the best, and he's going to throw the ball to the other team
all day.
So
it's going to be like over. You get a pick, and you get a pick.
Yeah. So the Bills' defense is going to have a field day. I'm not going to sit here and say that I think Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs have a field day on offense, but I think they're going to have a great game. They're going to stay consistent, and Phillip Rivers is going to end the game with more picks and touchdowns, unfortunately. So I do think the Bills are going to take this one rather easily.
Love it. All right, Hollow Point, who you got, man?
It's real easy. I mean, the Bills will probably have this done by halftime, I think. It looks. Well, here's the thing, right?
Love it.
It's a home game, right? And that usually it means a little more than it does this year because of the whole COVID restrictions and stuff. But they're still going to have fans there. But there's going to be a level of comfort that Josh Allen has, and for all the reasons that y'all said, his arm talent, the number of athletes he has on the field at one time, that you can't guard everybody because somebody's going to be open and like wide open.
They just added Kenny Stills too for more speed.
Stephon, who's and you know I'm terrible with names, but my man number 11 used to play with the Cowboys, white guy, it's in the slot.
Oh yeah, Cole Beasley.
Cole Beasley.
Yeah,
he's a monster too, right?
Oh, yeah.
So he's a monster in the slot, and then Diggs is getting open by like 5 yards. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's not even
Diggs
close.
is dusting everybody.
Yeah, it's just he's better than everybody this year, and I don't know who he is, whether he got some like Captain American serum or something, but he's the best man. One of 2 best receivers in the league this year.
I was singing his praises before the season started.
Yeah,
talking about his 62.2% contested catch rate. Man, it's the highest in the NFL since 2017.
That's more. Is that more than D-Hop? Is that more than D-Hop? What's D-Hop? I wonder. Hopkins.
D-Hop ain't here. No, I looked it up. Trust me, man. I looked that one up.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I know he's
up there, but
I think
D-Hop is like 58%.
Okay,
yeah, but it's also because D-Hop, like, you know, in D-Hop's career with the Texans, he was getting like 50. No, he was getting like 50 more targets. You know what I mean?
True story.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, so if you know that's even more impressive in itself for Diggs. You know, for getting less targets, and you know that means he's more efficient. You know what I mean? So
but he's if you look like the past,
and he got 150 targets this year. So we see what happens.
Yeah.
Like the past 3 or 4 games, he's been like wide open every time. He's not even close. Like the guy, when he makes his cut, he beats the guy by 2-3 yards, and then he's fast. Or like he'll catch a bubble screen, and he just leaves
the house.
Yeah. People don't give him enough respect for his route running. He's insane.
Right.
Yeah.
Like right.
So we had early in the offseason, I had an episode with Jay as a guest, and we actually discussed about Diggs at length. And I was more worried about Josh Allen's inaccuracies, like because he went from like inaccurate to like one of the most like top 3 accurate this year. Like he worked.
It's crazy. It's crazy when you got a good receiver how your accuracy goes up.
Yeah,
yes, sir. Especially somebody who can catch contested passes that well.
Right,
big time.
Right.
And like Diggs, you know, for Diggs, I remember like I used to call him a poor man's Antonio Brown. Like, you know,
I remember you saying that.
Because his route running is phenomenal, but like, you know, he was always on a run first team when he was with the Vikings. And like, you know, you would have thought like, okay, here he comes to Buffalo. They were a running team, you know, as opposed to passing the ball the first couple years with Josh Allen. But something switched, man. They were like, listen, man, this guy's a gunslinger. You know what I mean? They put the right weapons around him and like.
Right.
I'm going to tell you what happened because I had some inside story. First 3 games, you know, Allen just went crazy. He started throwing the ball over the place, 400 yards here, and then he's the short yardage guy.
And he never had a 300-yard passing game until week 1 of this year.
Right.
And he had like 4 in a row. You know
he's throwing the ball all over the place, and this was when John Brown was like healthy. So they had John Brown and Diggs on, and then you have, I keep forgetting his name.
Beasley
in the middle. Beasley in the middle. So they were like rolling people. And so I can imagine they in the running back room like, hey, look, we're probably not going to run the ball a lot. So let's get your block game together, work on your protections and coverages and stuff. And we'll
just hold on to the ball when we give it to you.
The ball when we're up sometimes. Just don't fumble it. All right?
Like, Zach Moss is one hell of a closer. Like when they're protecting a lead, like Zach Moss fall for 3 yards.
Right. After when the dust is settled, then now we hand the ball off. Like but like when it's go time, it's hey Allen, throw the ball, and if you can't throw it, run it. Just that's our running game. It's Allen out and the run.
If I will say this because I do have to on the other side, if Matt Eberflus could come up with, you know, ways to stop Mahomes, because he was one of the only teams that beat the Chiefs last year, you know, and they beat the Chiefs by running the ball on them and you know and keeping it low scoring. And you know, I'm not saying they could do that here to the Bills, but you know what I mean? There is a path to where they're not just going to get rolled over. But if I was to put money on something, I would be like, they're getting rolled over. You know what I mean? Like, because Matt Eberflus is one of those guys, man. Like he low key could be like, you know, one of these next head coaches. You know what I'm saying? That gets offered a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
The touchdown.